ברוך. אתה אדוני אלוהינו, מלך העולם, שהכל נהיה בדברו.
Amen.
Okay. So, yeah. So we spoke about the bitter almonds yesterday, right? That was the last point we were discussing. You agree?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure if we actually read that paragraph of the bitter almonds. So let's read it again. It's paragraph Hey. I think we didn't read it. Correct me if I'm wrong. שקדים המרים. יישר כוח. שקדים המרים, כשהם קטנים מברך בורא פרי העץ, גדולים ולא כלום. Bitter almonds, when they are small, you say בורא פרי העץ. If they are big, you don't say anything. Why? דאזוקי מזקי. Okay, bitter almonds, it says in the Shulchan Aruch, if they are big, you don't say bracha because it is harmful. It's not healthy. Yeah? תמה דמילתא, כשהם קטנים, עיקר אכילתם היא הקליפה ואינה מרה. So when they are small, the main ingredient that you eat is the shell of the almond, which is soft when they are fresh. Yeah? And then this is not bitter. כשהם גדולים, עיקר אכילתם מה שבפנים, and then when they are big, so what is the main thing you eat is what's inside, and what's inside is bitter, and it's not good. But if you cook it, if you roast it, so the fire makes it will be nicer, sweeter, and then מברך בורא פרי עץ. Then you can say בורא פרי עץ.
So this is raw.
Raw, on the small ones you can say bracha, on the big ones you don't say bracha. Yeah? Okay. Let's read the משנה ברורה. מברך בורא פרי עץ, אף על גב דמתוקים קטנים אינו מברך אלא שהכל. Even though we say that small ones that are bitter, you don't say בורא פרי עץ, you say שהכל. Why? Because usually people don't eat those almonds like that. Usually people eat it roasted or cooked. People don't like to eat bitter things. שענייתם דאינו גמר פירה, בוודאי לא נעתי להודעת לאוכלם קודם שהתבשלו. Okay, there is another principle that we didn't discuss yet, which is when you have someone that is growing fruits, vegetables, you have a certain vision of what he's going to do with those fruits. Yeah. And then when that mission is complete, so then that gets the completion of the first thought of whoever planted it. So that makes it that it will be, it's called gmar pira, the finishing of the fruit. Okay, so for example, usually olives, like we said yesterday, you do olive oil. So the olives themselves, when you pick it from the tree, is not the full product yet. It's not what, it was not planted to have like olives from the tree. Yeah. Wine. So the idea is to have wine. If you take like wine grapes, usually people don't eat like white wine grapes. Small, it has big seeds. It's not nice. There is grapes for eating, grapes for wine. If you take wine grapes and you eat it, so it defeats the purpose. That was not the idea of whoever planted it. Yeah. So
an example for the new ones.
What?
For the new ones, everybody's very clear on there's juice oranges and there's table oranges.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So there is difference of, it will have an application in the brachot. Yeah. So what you said, for example, that people are planting orchards of oranges, that it's just for juice. There's no one that is going to eat those oranges like that. So there's many poskim that they say that on these oranges you should say borei peri etz, not she'akol niya b'dvaro.
What if you eat the actual orange?
No, if you drink that orange juice,
yeah.
you should say borei peri etz and not she'akol niya b'dvaro.
Wow.
Because the orange juice is the gmar pira, is the completion of the purpose of what it was planted for.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the real fruit of those trees. Yeah, same thing about chocolate. Same thing. Many people they say to say borei peri etz. on chocolate, because the cocoa trees, they plant those trees to make chocolate with it. Okay,
Eat cacao beans.
it's not. I'm not saying halacha. There is rabbis that they say like practically la halacha to do that. Okay, I'm not so like strong with it, but I'm just saying it's a strong opinion like that in the world.
Wow.
There is rabbis that they say lemaise, that's what you should do. Okay. So that's the one of the sources what we are reading here, this Mishnah Berurah. Okay. ודאי לא נתי לו הדעת לאוכלם קודם שהתבשלו. No one had in mind when he planted those trees that someone will come and pick those fruits and eat it when it's raw, when it's not ripe. מה שאין כן אחד וגלם לא יהיו ראויים לאכילה כלל. נתי לו שפיר הדעת עליהם בכלל בקטנותם. זה גמר פירה שלהם. Okay? So usually people, they planted the trees and they have in mind that the fruits will get ripe and then people will enjoy it. So if you picked it before it was ripe, when it was too small, so it's not borei pri etz yet because it didn't get to the completion of the purpose whoever planted the trees. But when you're talking about something that when it will get to the full size, it will be bitter. So then the people that are planting those trees, that's what they have in mind, that people will pick it when it's small, because no one wants to wait when it will be big, because then it becomes bitter. So when it's small, then it's the Gmar Pira, then it's the completion of the fruit, not when it's big. That's what the Mishnah Berurah says. Yeah? If you don't mind. Yeah, thank you. Shalom Aleichem. Okay. Mishnah Berurah למד ו' אם מתקן, כיוון שנשתנו למליותה על ידי המיתוק באור, because they have changed for better. למליותה, it means for better, by the fire, cooking or roasting. אבל כשאר הפירות שאין ראויים לאכול חיים ונתבשלו. So that goes to the box of different fruits that are not supposed to be eaten raw, and you eat it when it's cooked. So when it's cooked, that will be the Gmar Pira, that will be the completion of that fruit, right? A good example for that is potatoes as well, yeah? No one is eating like raw potatoes if it's not like Holocaust time or something like that, God forbid, right? Normally, all the people are cooking the potatoes. If someone will just take a potato and like bite it like that, let's say that someone enjoys it, right? What bracha he will say? She'akol. Why? Because it's not Gmar Pira, it's not the way to eat those fruits. It's not right. Anything that you're doing something that is like, it's not the idea of whoever was planning it. That's not the custom of the world to eat, to have the pleasure of that. So it goes lower in the bracha. Yeah. Shania tam deno Gmar Pira. Excuse me, I jumped. Okay. למד זין למשנה ברורה, מברך בורא פרי העץ, הוא הדין שאר מיני פירות, the rest of the fruits שהם חמוצים או מרים, אינם ראויים לאכילה כלל. So all kinds of fruits that are bitter or sour, and it's not nice to eat them like that. מתקן או בשלן, מברך בורא פרי העץ, so if you have some way to fix it, to make it that it will be pleasurable, so then you can say בורא פרי העץ, זה לא באמת פרי הוא, אלא שאינו ראוי לאכילה כך. By the way, I was mentioning chocolate before. So chocolate is also a good example, because if you take the raw cocoa beans, it's very bitter. Yeah. To get to something that will be enjoyable, so they have to cook it with sugar and this and that, all kinds of different things, right? But in the end, it's chocolate. It's like, it's based on cocoa. So even though the majority of the chocolate is not the cocoa, but it's cocoa. It's chocolate, right? So the majority, the main ingredient, even though it's not the majority ingredient, can be like I don't know. Today they sell like higher
75%,
higher
80%,
percentages,
yeah.
right? But like regular chocolate is, I think, is like 30% or 40%. Lower, 20%, I don't know exactly, but I'm just saying, like, even that, so the main ingredient is the cocoa, yeah, the sugar and stuff, I don't want to take sugar like and to eat like that. My children do, but people don't, people don't do that. So the fact that I have this chocolate is because of the chocolate, not because of the sugar that is there. So even though it might be that there's more sugar in chocolate, but practically when you eat it, you're eating it because of chocolate. So you say that so the sugar is coming to do the tikkun of the chocolate, and then that makes the chocolate that it will be gmar pira. It will be the completion of the product. So you can say borei pri etz on that. Yeah.
What to say? Borei pri etz on chocolate?
There's many poskim they said it. I said I'm not saying that halacha lemaaseh because I don't have wide shoulders like that, but I did hear rabbis that they say lemaaseh to do that. There is rabbis that they say lemaaseh to do that, to say borei pri etz on chocolate. And for me, sometimes when I have like chocolate and I said borei pri etz, I'm afraid to say shekol niyah midvaro on the chocolate because maybe it was already exempt in borei pri etz when I said before. So I prefer to have something else to say shekol niyah midvaro on chocolate that I don't have the safek of bracha lebatala.
What if you said borei pri etz on?
I have like a few brachot right in the end of the Shabbat meal.
Yeah.
So first I say borei pri etz before I'm saying shekol.
Okay.
Right. So the chocolate was in front of me when I said borei pri etz. So according to those opinions, it was exempt in the borei pri etz. So how can I say shekol niyah midvaro now?
Okay.
So I need to have something else to say shekol niyah midvaro that. Because maybe chocolate was not exempt in the borei pri etz, so I want to have like different thing to say shekol on.
Wow.
Any of the gedolim hold of the borei pri etz?
I heard it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure to tell you like names of rabbis, but I know a rabbi that is like he grew up here in Yerushalayim, but he have like community in Australia in Melbourne, Rav Kohn. That I know that he told his students I was like. Connected with one of his students, and he told his students lemaaseh to say borei pri etz on chocolate, and he's connected to many like big rabbis. He's very very mainstream Litvish. Whatever.
I heard of
But then you have to
rabbi.
make it on a cup of coffee too.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I'm not sure about like coffee is not a tree. Coffee is like a bush, I believe.
If you're going to call the cacao bush a tree, coffee is a tree too. Coffee lasts much longer than a tree.
Yeah, I don't know.
So didn't we learn before that whatever is the ikar part of the food is the ikar part of the coffee is the drink, right?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what Yeshua is saying. If you make like a cup of coffee, so that's the completion of the coffee beans. That's what you're supposed to do with them. So maybe in the coffee you say borei pri etz.
Oh wow!
But it's different because there I'm drinking the water. I'm not eating the
But you don't want the, you don't drink coffee, you're thirsty. It'll make you more thirsty. You're drinking coffee because you want coffee.
So, but I'm saying like when you drink the extract taste that comes into the water. You don't eat the beans itself. In the cocoa, you eat the beans, so it's different.
I hear.
I heard a rabbi by Machon Shlomo, the yeshiva. It's I think in Hanof, that he makes heights.
Yeah.
He doesn't tell his students to do that. He tells them to learn the sugya.
I'm saying that there is definitely a very strong side to say borei pri etz and chocolate, and also orange juice and some other things that are like in the same direction. Or borei pri adama on peanut butter, for example, the same thing.
Oh really?
Same
Wow.
idea. Because
That's not the normal way to do it, peanut butter?
Usually we'll say like shekol niyah midvaro because it's a paste.
Never heard of it.
But it changed it. Why? Because it changed its form, right?
Because it changed its form, so you would say shekol niyah midvaro.
Right.
But because they plant like fields and fields and fields of peanuts that is just for peanut butter.
Oh wow.
So it's not the same kind of peanuts, like we said. So the purpose of those peanuts is to be peanut butter. So when you have the peanut butter, that's the gmar pira, that's the completion of the fruit. So you can to have the maximum pleasure of those fruits, it's as peanut butter. So now, when you have it as peanut butter, it should be the higher bracha.
That's the whole point. That even though it changed its form, but it was planted for that machshava when they planted it. And coffee also so that's all the same idea probably by coffee. They change.
But I'm saying coffee is different because you drink only the extract of the coffee. You don't drink the coffee. You don't have the beans of the coffee itself.
Here.
And if you do, that's already shekol because that's not the original intention.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's different.
Coffee beans, the original intention is not coffee.
coffee, but not you don't eat the coffee beans.
Oh yeah.
You drink the extract taste that comes out of the coffee beans to the water.
Oh.
So that's why it's different. Anyhow, let's go back to the Shulchan Aruch. We got to Vav. Okay, tzalaf. How do you say tzalaf in English? Somebody tell me how to say tzalaf. You know the bushes that they have in the kotel, that it grows on the kotel? It has some kind of fruits that people are pickling them. There's small fruits.
Walnuts?
No, it's not walnuts.
It's a joke. It's,
God,
walnuts. Huh?
yeah.
Oh. Good thing it's the end of the week.
Okay, so we have there's something that is very like Mediterranean kind of pickles. They have it in Greece, Italy, also in Eretz Israel. They have a lot of them.
Can you
They
make
have
one
all
out of
over
it
the
too?
place. They have all over the place. Also here in Har Zion, it grows.
Can you
It's
make
like
one out of it too?
what?
Can you make
No,
one out of it
no,
too?
no, no.
This
No.
is
It's pickle. They eat it as pickle. They have like it's like they have also like a flour, and then it becomes to be like a.
Then you can,
You have the
Yeah,
flour
yeah,
that
and
is
you go-
closed.
and it flies out.
No. You have the flour. You have like the flour before it opens. Yeah, that's usually the way that they pickle them, and they pick it in this stage. But if they didn't and became to be a flour, then it becomes to be a fruit. So also that can be pickled.
Does it
In
say-
Hebrew, it's called salaf.
Does it say in the
Okay.
Mishnah Berurah where it is in the Gemara? I think I remember. Is it? Does it have like a?
Brachot Lamed Vav. Anyhow, let's read the explanation here in the brackets. פירוש צלף, מין אילן שעליו עלין שלו ראוי לאכילה. Some kind of a tree, it says, really it's a small bush, but let's say a tree that the leaves are also eatable, you can eat the leaves. ויש בעליו כהן תמרים, you have some kind of a small fruits on the leaves.
Is that hearts of palms?
No.
No, it's different.
That's not growing out of the kotel. Chas v'shalom.
have you not הוא הפרי מהצלף, and then you have like the fruits
They
of
call
the
it here.
tree, וקפריסין הן הקליפה שסביב הפרי. How do
They
you call
call it
it?
here a caper bush.
Caper.
I don't
Caper.
even know what that is.
Caper.
I don't
That's
even,
what capricin
caper.
is?
what?
Capricin is,
Mhm.
is
So
caper?
slough. So why there's the caper bush, which people only plant for the sake of the caper berry.
So then,
Yeah,
then you
that's-
can make wine from it.
Hmm?
In the
From caper? Why?
I'm saying we have in the Bryce in the morning, Yain Capricin.
No, I don't think it's I don't think it's the same thing. I don't think so.
I hope
Anyhow,
And I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of a caper bush.
sometimes they have like anchovies.
yeah,
Canned anchovies, they'll
right.
have capers in there.
right.
It looks sort of a tangy, they're pickled. They're kind of nice.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to have like a whole handful of them, but with other stuff, they're pretty good.
Yeah. By the way, if we already mentioned them, so that's also one of the things, like I said yesterday about the leaves of the grapes. So also there in the capers, there's a problem of bugs. It's very, very hard to check. So usually you won't find those with good Herschel because it's very problematic to check it for bugs. And if you do have it, so you have to open them and to look inside because it's very likely that there's like a worm inside.
You're saying they use this to spice pickles.
They make pickles from that. They have like those
Yeah.
keepers
What are you talking about? Like if you buy like a jar of herring, it has like capers in it.
herring.
Or also like with cream cheese. I'm saying
You're talking about something else. I
No,
think.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
these are capers, no? It's like a little ball thing. Like,
Kind
I
of pointy, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if you were talking about the same thing. Anyhow,
Can I make a quick shout out? I really want to.
yeah.
So we have many times in the Gemara, people eating dried figs, and what do you do with dried figs? And open the you can open a barrel of dried figs on Shabbat, and it's okay. But today, if you talk to religious people, oh, let's get some dried figs. It's almost like saying, let's go sacrifice our kids to like Moloch, Chas v'Shalom. So
You're asking if the reality changed. I think it
did we
is.
have new bugs?
I think yes.
Did we lose the
I-
Masorah check?
I heard many years ago. I don't remember what's the name of the Rav that I heard it in his name, but many years ago I heard something that makes a lot of sense to me. That because many people they don't say brachot over food, or they say bracha but they just without like really. So the blessing of the fruits is coming down because the people are not saying brachot.
Wow.
So there's no. So what does it mean?
Wow.
What will be the result? That there's fruits. There's a lot of fruits, but there's no blessing in the fruits. That the bugs can harm them easier.
So everybody loves figs. People eat figs. No bracha, or and we lose figs. Wow. That's
So-
a big huge. That's a wow.
So it seems that today there's definitely more bugs, and they are harming the fruits much more than what used to be in the past. Seems to be like that.
Well, I was thinking today, like,
But it's not impossible to eat figs, dry or fresh. Just you need to know how to check them, and you need to be ready for effort. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, but it's possible to do.
Yeah.
Like we do it in the house sometimes. But
It's like a 3-month program, like a Shekita, or
no, you just you have to open it, look at it carefully, soak it in water, whatever. There's a process how to eat it. But so if that's what you want to do, you want to have figs, so you make the arrangement, and now you have figs. It's not something that you can have like by the way, like a snack. Buy it in the market and eat it in the way. It doesn't work this way. You have to sit down, check it, put it in water, this, that. If you do that, fine.
so it's
No
like
problem.
going to the butcher. You get a butcher with a hexture. You bring meat home. You prepare it. Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
What do you want to say?
I was just thinking about Hagavim, those who have the Masorah to eat a certain
Grasshoppers, yeah.
So if they're fleshing afterwards,
No. It's like fish.
Ah.
The grasshoppers are like fish. They're pork.
Ah.
You can have it with milk, cheese, no problem.
Ah. well, maybe they'd be cautious to have it with cheese.
Yeah. There's a Yemenite rabbi in the old city, Rav Aramati, that I learned shchita by him. So he have like tradition of locusts, like what is the kosher locust. So like a few years ago, there was like a locust that came from I think Egypt to the south of Israel, and like everybody was like so nervous, like what we're going to do with this locust, this that, and I was by him, and he said like, what's the problem? Bring it to me, I'll eat it, no problem. So I asked him like how is it like to like those locusts? He said if they ate wheat before you eat them, it's very very tasty.
Oh.
The changes according to what they ate before you eat them.
Just like bee honey, if they go to
So
certain places.
that's what he
Wow.
said. That's what he said.
How do you have to wait until they're not alive? Like what they?
Yeah, you can't eat it alive because of the shakt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they? You have to? How do you kill them?
What, it's Abram and Achai?
It's not ever minachai, but it's bal shakt to eat something that is
Yeah.
like moving inside of your mouth.
So you
So what do you do? Yeah.
Spice it
Yeah,
up.
whatever you roast it, whatever.
Ah.
I don't know.
You can cook it.
I never ate it, so I can't tell you. But
Wow.
anyhow,
It's like the pita.
Mhm.
It's like pita on Pesach.
yeah. There's one rabbi. I don't want to say his name because for some people it will be lashon hara. For me, I don't see it as a negative thing, but he's Ashkenazi, and I told him we spoke about locust, and he said if I will be with a rabbi that he tells me that he have the masoret of what is the kosher locust, I will rely on that and I will eat it with him. Because even though the Ashkenazim they don't have the tradition, and I'm Ashkenazi, but for that I would I'm curious to know what is it like, and we don't have the tradition, so I will rely on his tradition. And it's not so simple. It's there's many discussions about it. If you are part of a certain line that lost inheritance about something, can you rely on someone else line of inheritance to permit certain things?
No, I'm saying the thin pita matzahs on Pesach. That's not. It's not like that. It's a question of chametz, like kitnios or not.
Pita chametz? What do you want to?
The thin matzahs. I guess Temani matzahs.
They are soft.
Yeah, the soft.
soft
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So
My matzahs are soft a little bit.
yeah.
I was very much
that's not I mean, if Ashkenazim, they don't make them that way, but so it's a problem for
It depends who you ask. If you ask Rav Avraham Goldstein, he will tell you that it's almost chametz,
Well,
but he's very nervous. Every time I'm giving him like a matzah for Leila Seder, and he's getting like excited about it. But Lamaise he eats it in the end because he wants to have the zchut of the matzat mitzvah, matzah that was baked in Erev Pesach. Whatever, there's a whole discussion about it. But if you're asking me, there's no problem. There is rabbis that you'll ask and they will tell you, no, what are you saying? What you can't tell.
I hear if it's different than kitnios, like being at like in a Sephardi home. So I'm not gonna eat kitnios, but a pita, it's different. Everybody's
okay. I'm not. Yeah, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll get to like next to Pesach, so we can go back to the subject of the matzah.
I'm saying it's not. There's no way that I'm gonna be like Maxik that there's an avaryan that is eating.
I don't think so. No, and like many rabbis, they know that they eat like soft matzah, and no one told me anything about it.
Right.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Yeah, so we got to Mishnah Brura Lamed Chet. על העלים ועל התמרות שאינן חשובים להיקרא פרי העץ. Okay, so we have within the, how would we call the tzalaf? Caper. So with the capers, we have the leaves and the fruit, which is not the main fruit of that bush. Okay, you can eat it, but it's not the main fruit of that. So you can't say borei pri etz on that. On the fruit or the leaves, you can't say borei pri etz because it's on the main way that they use that bush. Okay? על הקפריסין, משום דאינו עיקר פרי, מכל מקום בדיעבד, אם ברך על הקפריסין בורא פרי עץ, יצא. So according to that, what will be the fruit is the flowers, before the buds of the flower, before it opens up. That's the main thing that they're doing the capers. Yeah? That's what they do with it. So that should be borei pri etz. But it's also a problem because it's not really a fruit. It's just a flower. Okay? So the Mishnah Brura says also that you can't say borei pri etz, but if you did say borei pri etz, you're exempt.
I'm not even sure the plant is tree.
What?
I'm not even sure the plant is luckily a tree.
So he says it is?
Okay. I guess he knows.
Anyhow. So from here, the Mishnah Brura is speaking about Linyan Klipat Pamchin. So what is pamchin? Is oranges. The peel of the oranges, shetognim bedvash. They fry it with honey or sugar. Yeah, you know about it? Sugar, the peels of oranges.
It's just like the candy you were talking about yesterday.
They have it in the market. You can buy it in the market. יש בעוד בין האחרונים אם לברך עליהם שהכל או בורא פרי עץ ופרי אדמה. What should be the bracha for that? או שהכל או בורא פרי עץ או בורא פרי אדמה. What do you say?
Shekel. The way they sell it today, shekel.
So the Mishnah Brura says like you. You said like the Mishnah Brura. Let's put it this way. על כן יש לברך עליהם שהכל בדיעבד אם ברך בורא פרי עץ ופרי אדמה יצא. But if you did say בורא פרי עץ או בורא פרי אדמה, you're exempt. So whatever you do, it's fine.
Just don't say.
If somebody is asking the question, the answer should be she'akol. Okay? But once again, also those oranges, I would say, depends. What is the purpose of the growth of those oranges? So, my grandfather, Alav Shalom, he had like orchards of oranges. And there was oranges that were for jam, to make like orange jam. And the main thing is the peel. It's not the fruit inside. The fruit inside is not so good. They take it. It's have a thick peel. They cut it to small pieces and they cook it with sugar to make the jam out of it. So the main purpose is the peel. So if that's the peel that we're talking about, so very well it can be borei pri etz because that's the gemar pira. That's the
on
purpose.
That jam, and on that jam, and on that peel.
Yeah, but regular oranges, that the purpose is like for eating or for juice, and then you have like a chidush. Why to throw away the peel? Let's make something nice out of it. Yeah. So that is not gemar pira. That's not the purpose of the growth of those oranges. So that will be probably shekel. Right? Okay. Zayin in the Shulchan Aruch, tmarim sheme'achan bayad v'asa mehem misa. Okay, so dates that somebody is kneading with his hands. Yeah, I don't know, in like outside of Eretz Yisrael, but here you can very easily go to the market, to the supermarket, and buy, like they have like some kind of a package of it's not paste of dates, it's dates that are like crushed together.
But they're still individual. Like if you take them apart, they come apart.
No, not so much. You see the parts of the. It's like you can't have like a date out of that. It's all like mush kind of a.
Well, but you still have to open them up and check them.
Okay, checking of them for bugs, that's like a big challenge. Okay,
but it's not smooth the way a paste would be.
It's not paste.
Okay,
it's not paste.
Date pulp. Like
date
we have
pulp.
Like we have in the Gemara when they take the leftover olives from when you crush olives to make olive oil.
It's not exactly the same because here we're not talking about leftovers. We're talking about like the dates itself.
But that consistency.
That's something like that. Pulp. Okay. Date pulp. Okay. So, so you take out the seeds, obviously. So even though it is crushed, the blessing doesn't change. You still have the same blessing of Borei Pri Etz. So after bracha mein shalosh. Okay. Again, we're not talking about paste. Okay. If you make it that it will be really paste, which is also something you can buy, like a date spread kind of. So that will be she'akol probably. But this kind of like mushed dates, you can see it's dates. You don't see like brown paste that you don't know what it is. You see dates. Yeah, they don't look like dates because it's crushed, but it's dates. You can definitely see that. So they didn't change the bracha. Okay, the Rama is adding lefize bultran. I have no idea what it is. Anikra fodulia, which is So that will be jam of fruits. And it will still be Borei Pri Etz. Yeah. So we're gonna see soon that that's talking about when you have the pieces of the fruit. Okay. Whenever you're cooking something, so even though it gets also crushed, but you have the pieces of the fruit, so then it has the same bracha. Yes. So there is those that they say she'akol on that. תרומת הדשן, טוב לחוש לכתחילה לברך שהכל, ואם ברך בורא פרי עץ יצא, כן נראה כאן. So, like we always say, ספק ברכות להקל, whenever you have a doubt, so you bring it one step backwards, or down, so instead of בורא פרי עץ, it will become to be שהכל, because of the doubt. But if you did say בורא פרי עץ, you exempt, because there's a good source to say בורא פרי עץ on that. Okay, let's see the משנה ברורה. פירוש אף שנתרסק על ידי זה לגמרי, אפילו האחים מברכים בורא פרי עץ, משום דכיוון שעדיין ממשן קיים, שהאח לברך עליהם בורא פרי עץ, הוא הדין לעניין פרי אדמה, כגון הר אפיל, שמאכל ועשה כיסה. Okay, so on potato mush, what do you say? Mashed potatoes. What do you say? Adama. Why? It's crushed.
It's noticeably potatoes, and that's one of the purposes of potatoes.
Right? When you see mashed potatoes, you don't think that maybe it's, I don't know, corn. Maybe it's. By the way, today they make like a powder of instant potato mush. Instant mashed potatoes. So that might be she'akol. That might be she'akol already. But I think I heard something like that.
Maybe a person could think like that.
What?
Maybe a person could look at it and say maybe it's the potato paste. It's the instant.
Yeah, but it's not common. Usually, and also it doesn't look the same. When you do it from the powder, so it's all like even. It's like it's very very different. It doesn't come out the same. When you have like potatoes and you crush them yourself, so usually you'll have like a piece of tomato somewhere there. It's not like
some peel.
It's not like 100% like pasty. Anyhow.
But if it's a real potatoes and it's like very very well crushed.
But still, if it was like somebody made it from potatoes, like so it will be Borei Pri Adama. That's what the Mishnah Berurah says here.
Oh,
Yeah.
which one?
I'm in Mishnah Berurah Mem. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, Mem Aleph, הנקרא פודילה, so that's the jam. שעוסקים בדוגדניות ושאר מינים שמוצאים גרניהם ומשנים אותם, אנשים לא יכולים לגבי. So the Mishnah Berurah is adding another detail about the jam, that we're talking about jam, that they cooked it so much, so it's totally like lost the shape of the fruit. Yeah. יש אומרים שמברך עליהם שהכל, בזה נחלקו האחרונים. יש מסורים שיש אומרים לא פליג, משום נמוכו לגמרי, לא ניכר צורתן כלל, אבל בדין המחבר מאירים תמרים שנתרסקו, שניכר תורתן וצורתן, שנתרסקים לגמרי. So there is, what the Mishnah Berurah is saying is what I said before, that there is an opinion that says that it depends what is the fruit that you're talking about. What is the, not fruit, what is the product that you're talking about? Can you recognize what is coming from or not? If you, when you look on that, you see, this is potatoes, this is apples, this is oranges, whatever it is. So even though it was cooked and it doesn't look like those fruits anymore, but you can recognize where it's coming from. So then you can say borei pri etz or borei pri adama.
Is that applesauce where it says fidla? It says Reba.
So what?
Apafidla.
That's the mashed potatoes.
Oh.
But then in the end of Sif Katan Membet, Mishnah Berurah says that for the mashed potatoes it will be lechatchila she'akol, and b'diavad if you said borei pri adama you exempt.
Oh.
Okay.
What if you said what?
The Mishnah Berurah conclusion about the mashed potatoes to say she'akol.
Okay.
And b'diavad if somebody said borei pri adama is exempt.
Okay. There's a little like one here by apafidla on the bottom. Does that mean like it says Reba on the bottom?
No, that's a gem. That's a gem.
Oh, that's a gem.
That's a gem. Afterwards, the Mishnah Berurah says something about the mashed potatoes. Anyhow, so it's the same thing. The mashed potatoes or the jam is the same thing. So the mashed potato will be like lechatchila she'akol and b'diavad borei pri adama exempt, and the jam will be lechatchila she'akol and b'diavad borei pri etz and you exempt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But this is all going where it's very well
Yeah.
But if you could actually see the pieces, that
if you see fruits, so then definitely you can say borei pri adama or borei pri etz.
I was just thinking that I always since I started saying brachot say hadam or peanut butter. And
peanut butter, really?
And I didn't think there was any conflict. I mean, or any machloket about that at all. Till I realized I always have chunky peanut butter. I don't like the smooth peanut butter.
It has the peanuts in it.
It has whole big chunks of peanuts. It's like half peanut,
Right.
butter.
Yeah.
So of course for me it's gonna be adama because I see the peanuts.
Right. Yeah, but that was a big chiddush for me that also that even peanut butter, because they make it for the peanuts, so maybe there's a tad to say that it's
borei pri adama, even when it's smooth. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
מ"ג לברך שהכל, וכן מיני אנגרס ואידה של מינס. What is that? פירות קטנים שעושים מהם ריבה. All kind of little fruits that they make jam out of it. שזה מה שסוחטים אותם, מעריכים אותם בדבש וסוכר. Yeah, so they make it like cook with the honey and sugar. מברכים עליהם שהכל, you can say שהכל on them. כיוון שהם מרוסקים ונמוכים לגמרי, ואיבד מהם צורתם. So because it is crushed and you don't see what was the original fruits, you can say שהכל. בדיעבד אם יברך עליהם ברית גדול ראויה, יצא. But again, בדיעבד, if you say borei pri etz or borei pri adama, depends what it is, you will be exempt. Okay. ח' דבש הזהב מהתמרים, מברך עליו שהכל. לכן הנשקים יוצאים כל מיני פירות, חוץ מזיתים וענבים, מברך שהכל. So all the fruit juice that is leaking out of the fruits, you say שהכל. Beside grapes and olives that were in the Mishkan, they would crush the olives and the grapes to make the wine and the olive oil, right? זב התמרים הוא הדין שיוצא על ידי קטישה וסחיטה. So the honey of the dates, you will say שהכל, right? מ"ו עליו שהכל, מה הכתיב בתורה זה זית, שמן ודבש. היינו תמרים יוצא מהם דבש, הדבש גופה זה בעלמא. So there's a question, how can you say that the dates, the honey of the dates is שהכל? The Torah tells us that we're coming to a land that the fruits are honey, and we say honey of dates. So that's the fruits of Eretz Israel. So why you tell me שהכל should be borei pri ha'etz? So the Mishnah Berurah explains that the bracha of Eretz Israel is dates that are so full of honey, so the honey is spilling over from the dates. So the dates is the borei pri ha'etz, but the honey itself is שהכל. That's the explanation of the Mishnah Berurah for that. Okay, she says dvash gufa ze'ah be'alma hu. Okay, so they use the word of ze'ah. Ze'ah is like sweat. So the honey that leaks out of the fruits is like ze'ah, is like sweat of the fruits. Yeah. אין נקרא משקה אלא יוצא מן הזיתים והענבים בלבד. So according to that, what is the real juice is only by grapes and olives from the Torah. Yeah. All the other fruits, it's just ze'ah be'alma. Anyhow, last one for today, סעיף ט', סופי ענבים שאין מדרשים לעולם וכן על הנובלות שהם תמרים שבשלם ושרפם חום ויבשו מברך שהכל. So the ends of the grapes, meaning the grapes that they are left in the vineyard and they didn't get cooked on the vineyard. Okay. They didn't get ripe. They are staying like they're not getting ripe. Novlot, it means like dates that are falling from the tree, even though they are not ripe. Marim shebishlam v'sarfam b'chom, so the sun burned them, yevshu, and it got dried. So those you say שהכל, because it's not the main fruit. Yeah. מ"ח משנה ברורה, סופי הענבים היינו ענבים הנמצאים בגפנים מימות החורף שאין מבשלים לעולם ועושים מהם חומץ. So they eat left on the vineyard and they make it to be vinegar. They crush it to make vinegar out of it. Okay, that's about the grapes. And the dates, בשלם ושרפם היינו שעל ידי שרפת החום נושלו ונתייבשו ונשתננו לקלקולה. So by the too much heat, too much sun, so those dates got dried, got burned in the sun, and it doesn't get ripe, doesn't get sweet. So those things, שהרי מפרשים פשוט הנובלות מעין תמרים שאין מבשלים על ידי האילן ואין נחשבים לאכילה, מדרשים אותם ומחמים אותם באפר ומבשלים ונותנים אותם במצלות, תבן לאחר מה שהתבשלו. So there is other explanations of what exactly is the novlot that we're speaking about, but bottom line is dates that are not so fun to eat, and therefore you would not say borei pri ha'etz, you will say שהכל מיד דברו.
And in my experience, those are the ones that are most full of bugs and worms. And
Yeah.
the ones that are like dried out and like leathery and they're like left out too long. That's when the boards.
Yeah. Okay, one more Mishnah Berurah.
Yeah.
You already know, like you do it, but you know.
Mishnah Berurah Nun. Okay, we had to share Nun. אומר שהכל אחריהם בורא נפשות. After ברכה will be בורא נפשות רבות. לא יודע לסעיף ב' לגבי בוסר, אפילו לא הגיע לכפול לבן, מברכים עליו בורא פרי עץ, פרי האדמה. מה ישנה סופי הענבים מברכים על שהכל. So the Mishnah was asking a question. What's the difference between the beginning of the Tziman that we spoke about, the grapes that didn't get ripe, just kepul lavan, and it's not fully ripe, and you say borei pri adama. And here those dates are not ripe, and you say שהכל נהיה בדברו. Maybe give it at least borei pri adama. יש לומר, דשני אדם דנבים מעל ינינו, אלא שלא נגמרו עדיין. So the Mishnah Berurah says, no, there's a difference here. Because there we're talking about grapes that are good grapes, great grapes. Just you didn't have patience to wait until it will get ripe. So then you pick them early. So you don't say like the full bracha of Borei Pri Etz, but you say Borei Pri Adama. מה שאין כן ככה, הם מקולקלים מהם, דהן עומדים אלא לחומץ. לא עדיף אם משכין היוצאים מהן בקטן רק שהכל. גם כן יש מפרשים נבלות מראים שמברכים עליהם שהכל דגריעים משאר תמרים שהם מבשלים על העליין לעולם. So here we're talking about grapes or dates that are not getting cooked, not getting ripe, not getting sweet forever. It's not because you didn't have patience, just that this kind of dates and grapes. So therefore we say שהכל נהיה בדברו.
So that's how bad they are.
That's how bad they are. Okay, so let's finish with the Musa word that we are also fruits, right? Adam Etz HaSadeh. We are like also the tree and also the fruits. So we want to be sweet fruits, right? We don't want to be like bitter fruits or sour fruits. We want to be good fruits, sweet, so that Hashem will like give us the full bracha, not to go down in the bracha to lower level. We want to have like the best bracha. So we have to have patience, not to try to rush things. If you pick the fruits too early, so it's not nice, it's not sweet. So we have to have patience to get the sweetness. So as much as we can like hold on to the tree, which is learning in a place like that or other places that are, you're getting the nourishment, so then you're getting the sweetness. And Bezrat Hashem.
Basically, we have to spend time on pardes.
Yeah, exactly. Spend time on pardes, and then you're getting more and more sweet, Bezrat Hashem. חיים טובים ולשלום, שבת שלום מבורך, בעזרת השם, Sunday to be continued. יום ראשון.
Yeah.